This is a really interesting story. This was a few weeks ago. There was a Spanish athlete, Ivan Fernandez Anaya, who was competing in a cross-country race, and he was running in second place. He was behind the leader, Abel Mutai, and as they entered the final straight, he saw the Kenyan runner basically just pull up and stop running 10 meters before the finish line. As he was coming up, he could have passed him. He realized there was no injury, just the first place guy, Mutai, just didn't realize where the finish line was. It's just made a mistake. And he basically could have easily passed him. The guy was not even paying attention, was looking down, and he told him, the finish line is over there. You should cross. And people afterwards said, you could have won, and that you would have really won. In other words, he didn't finish the race. It wouldn't have been like you knocked him down or something. He just didn't complete the race. And he said, I just didn't deserve to win it. I did what I had to do. He was the rightful winner. I could not have closed the gap he created if he hadn't just made a mistake about the finish line. What do you think? Is this unusual? Would you have done the same thing? What do you think? Isn't part of knowing the course part of running the race?
Yeah. I mean, it seems that in a spur of the moment here, he realized what was actually happening, whereas perhaps the guy was, someone might think, oh, maybe he's trying to make a statement by he could have been number one and he decided to stop, or maybe any number of things. But what actually occurred to him is what really happened.
Right.
The guy made a mistake.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good for him.
Would you have done the same thing?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
What if I didn't realize that was what was really happening?
You thought,
what if I thought that he was intentionally throwing the race? I'm like, oh, that's weird, because it might not occur to me, well, who would not realize where the finish line is when it's so clearly marked?
What do you think, Natan? Let's assume we all knew what was going on and that it was just a mistake. Would we take advantage of it?
Well, I'd like to hope that I wouldn't, but I can't say for sure because this guy's a marathon runner with a lot of experience, and it's hard to imagine. This is not analogous to just like running a 5K for charity.
Right.
So I don't know. It's his job. It's a pretty good move. I will say one thing. I think that it says something about the sorry state of our perceptions about athletes and sports in general.
That we're surprised.
That we're surprised that someone is simply doing what, is moral to do.
Right.
I think if I were in the exact same situation and realized that I would not have been able to beat this guy, I probably would have done the same thing.
I think I would too. Yeah, I think I would too.
But like I said, who knows what conclusion you would come to when you saw that happen.